So, mabuhay! Hello, everyone. So, this is our first topic, recorded discussion for our first topic in finals. And in our final term in the subject entrepreneurial mind. So, in other sections, I think I've done discussing about this module. So, building and leading entrepreneurial success, a practical guide to mastering the transition from founder to effective leader. So, ano nga ba yung sinasabi nating founder? So, when we say founder, it is the originator of the idea driven by passion and creation, focus on initial product, proof of concept, and solving the original problem. So, dun sa ginawa ko sa inyong activity nung nakaraan, ayan, yung last activities natin, yung naglaro kayo. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, in that case, I am the founder of that event. Ayan. So, now, in that case, I told you to one of your members should act as a leader. Either way around. Tawag dito kayo yung pipili or ikaw mismo yung magsasabi na, okay, I will stand up and I will be the leader. So pag sinabi naman nating leader, it is a person or any individual who inspires other to bring the idea to life. So the idea of winning or the idea of having a higher grade than other group is your purpose or that is your goal maybe kung bakit kayo nandun sa sitwasyon na yon. Now, as a leader, it is very much important for you to inspire your member. Ayan, para ano nga ba yung gagawin natin? So, the person who give inspiration to stand up or to make a better ayan, is what we called leader. So, it focuses on influencing whether it is a negative one or a positive one. Ayan, di ba? Some of your leader might says or might tell you that, okay, we're going to cheat in order for us to win this game. Kailangan natin mag-cheat. Unahan natin sila, di ba? So, that is your leader kasi sinunod nyo siya. Well, the other one, maybe yung ibang leader sa inyo ay gawin natin to, kaya natin to. Ayan. So, they are the person. Leader is responsible for setting the tone of the entire organization. So, pag sinabi nating leader, eto yung isang tao or either way, this is a person who stand up to make you firm. Ayan, para mas maayos yung transition ng ginagawa natin. So, in a business, so meron tayong tinatawag na founder. So, pag sinabi naman nating founder, it's either siya yung nag-isip, ayan, the entrepreneur who thinks, who make the planning, business plan, who funded the business, and then it come up with yan, may manager tayo. Pag sinabi niyang manager, ibig sabihin, he or she manages the situation, the operation, and also the operation of our business. Okay. So, in entrepreneur or entrepreneurial leadership, it's not about the title. It is not just being you as a manager, not being you as a supervisor, but it is the factor of giving influence and setting the operational tone for growth. Ayan. So, as a leader, isipin natin, hindi lang pwede na ikaw lang yung natututo, ikaw lang yung gumagalaw. Why? Because when we say entrepreneurial leadership is that it is how the business grow and your employees grow. Okay? Pag sinabi niya employees grow, ano nga ba yung mga strategies and tactics natin in order for them to grow? So, maybe trainings, seminars, ayan, ibigyan mo sila ng task. So, those are maybe some strategies for them to grow. So, nasa sayo na yon as a leader. Now, So we have here the unique demands of entrepreneurial leaders. So unlike corporate executives, pag sinabi niyang corporate executives, they are the one who put up the business. So leaders operate into a relentless environment of extreme uncertainty. So limited resources and high pressure. So they must wear multiple hats simultaneously. So a good leader or entrepreneurial leader must be a visionary. So pag sinabi niyang visionary is that he must stick or tawag dito, dapat alam na niya kung ano yung pwedeng mangyari doon sa doon sa sitwasyon na meron sila. So dapat a good leader or entrepreneurial leader know how to forecast. Alam niya kung kailan siya pwedeng magbigay ng discount, magbigay ng promotion, kailan pwedeng maghigpit doon sa mga empleyado about the operation and all. So, a visionary entrepreneurial leader must be visionary. The other one is culture architect. So, when we say culture architect, he or she intentionally designs the company core values. Ano ba yung ino-offer ng business natin? Ano ba ang meron doon sa business natin? Also, the norms and the standard operating procedures. So, kailangan siya yung nag-uumpisa kung ano yung standard operation ng business natin. Ayan, ano nga ba yung mga possible steps na pwede nating gawin para lumago yung business natin, para makapag benta tayo. Okay, so that is our culture architect. So pag sinabi niyang culture architect is ano ba tong business natin? Is it formal? Is it casual? Is it what? Yan. And also, entrepreneurial leader is a decision maker. So when we say decision maker, he must have a firm stand in terms of decision-making process. Ayan, hindi pwede yung paiba-iba kung ano yung ano. So, kailangan in terms of self-efficacy is strong yung self-efficacy niya. Ayan. So, in terms of the locus of control of himself or in his decision-making is kailangan is strong. Hindi pwede na nagpapakuha siya doon sa emotions niya, doon sa external factors, or either doon sa situation. Ayan. So, also, entrepreneurial leader is a chief motivator. When you say a chief motivator, it keeps or he or she keeps the team energized, motivated, ayan, focused, and resilient. Diba? Dapat positive. Kunwari, medyo tawag dito, nasa third place or fourth place na sila, second to the last or last na sila dun sa games. Ano ang ginagawa nung leader nila? Go, kaya natin to, makakahabol tayo. That's simple. Ibig sabihin, in the business, ayan, keeping your employees motivated, like say for example, giving reward. Ayan, that is a form of motivation, di ba? Praising your employees, that is one way of giving motivation. Also, ayan, resourceful and problem solver. So, resourceful problem solver. So, keeping creative ways to overcome obstacles without ample capital of the personnel. So, ibig sabihin, whether maliit man yan, malaki man yan, or maliit man yan na problem, so magagawan niya ng paraan. Okay, so those are the unique demands of entrepreneurial leader. So, we have here the different style or leadership styles. Kagaya nung pinapanood ko sa inyo nung nakaraan. So, meron tayong autocratic, democratic, and laissez-faire na leadership style. So, it's up to you guys on kung ano talaga yung tawag dito, yung leadership style na meron tayo. Kagaya nga nung nabanggit ko sa inyo. So, it's up to you on how you will use those leadership styles in different situations. So, hindi lahat ng sitwasyon ay possible kang maging autocratic, and not all the time is possible tayo for laissez-faire, and not all the time ay possible tayo for democratic. So, it is very much important for you, kagayang nabanggit ko nga sa inyo, it is very much important for us to assess ourselves. Anong ba ang meron ako? Ano bang personality meron ako? Baka mamaya autocratic ang gusto nating igawin doon sa as our leadership style. Pero masyado pala tayong tawag dito, soft-spoken, mahinhin, tawag dito, hindi introvert. So basically, hindi possible yon, right? So, after assessing yourself is that you must assess your employees. Ano nga ba yung mga possible or ano nga ba yung possible leadership style na pwede nating gamitin doon sa mga employees natin, and also assess the situation. Kapag medyo kailangan na nating maghigpit, ibig sabihin so doon tayo sa autocratic. Pero kapag yung chill lang, yung hindi naman masyadong marami yung demand, yung sakto lang, hindi naman tayo hindi naman tayo fully booked, hindi naman natin peak season, so doon tayo sa sa laissez-faire. Bigyan natin sila ng task, 'di ba? Hayaan natin silang gumawa ng decisions, right? Pero kapag once na naman na tawag dito, medyo hindi pwede kasi nasa 5-star hotel tayo or whatever, so pwede natin bigyan sila ng reason. O tawag dito, pwede tayong maging democratic, pero dapat nasa mid tayo ng autocratic democratic at saka autocratic. Okay. So I hope you understand the differences of those three major at actually marami pa. Ayan, na mga leadership styles. Pero ito yung three major natin. Okay. Another one. Okay. So in building and managing high performance team, so it is very much important for you to know your people. Ayan. So, you must know your people. Alamin natin kung ano nga ba yung kakayahan ng mga employees natin. Because in a team, your team is your most valuable asset. Lalo na tayo na nasa hospitality industry, we are working in a team. Right? So, we are not working as our own. Hindi natin kayang magtrabaho na manager, na tawag dito, na wait staff, na ikaw pa yung front desk clerk or whatever it is. So we are working in a team. So it is very much important for you to, of course, alagaan yung nasa team natin. Okay. So number one, in putting up a strong team is to recruit and hire the right people. Yan. So in hiring, you should be strategic, hiring should be strategic process, focus on a long-term cultural and skills alignment. So it's not just all about the matricular or numerical grades na meron siya. Tama? So, hindi porket cum laude, magna cum laude, or whatever it is, diba, is yun na yun. Without the culture, the personality of the person you are hiring, and of course, the skills alignment. Okay, so preferably, dito sa industry natin, skills is very much important. Yan, napakahalaga. 70% of the requirements in working in our industry is our skills. Ayan, so dapat when we are hiring people, so we should get the people who is good in personality. Kaya nga sabi niya, tawag dito, good personality. Diba? So, and a person who is, of course, skillful. Okay? So, hire for attitude and alignment. So, what if 50-50? Or sabihin na lang natin, ma'am, what if 70-30, 70% okay po, positive po yung kanyang attitude, okay po siya magtrabaho, pero medyo weak po siya sa skills. Ngayon, the question is, saang department mo ba siya kailangan? Right? Baka mamaya, tawag dito, nandun lang naman siya doon sa telephone operator, doon lang naman siya sa back of the house, hindi naman niya kailangan makipag-deal doon sa, sabihin na lang natin, kailangan pala, doon sa front of the house, kailangan niyang makipag-deal sa mga tao. Yun yung kailangan niya. Diba? Kasi personality-wise, okay siya. Diba? Communication is good. So, ibig sabihin, competent siya dun sa na yun. Pero, ang hinahanap kapag yung hiring natin or yung kailangan natin is yung mga skilled position. Ay, medyo tayo dun. Medyo anuhin natin. Okay? Tingnan natin. Then also, build a team with diverse background and cognitive styles. So this prevents groupthink and fuels sustainable innovation. So we must take that not all the time is kailangan mo maging kaibigan yung mga empleyado natin. But we must build a positive environment. Good or healthy environment. Yung walang selosan, walang siraan, walang nagtitake ng negative side or whatever it is. Then, sell the vision. So, top talents join a mission, not just the job. So, when we are hiring people, it is very much important for you to assess the people you are hiring that they are working. Their main reason is because they want to work. Hindi dahil sa magkano ang sahod. Okay? So, your passion for the company's future is the best recruiting tool. So, those are the ways on recruiting and hiring people. Okay. So actually, pinapanood ko na to sa inyo. Hindi ko lang sure kung narinig nyo or tawag dito, dun sa ibang klase ay napanood nyo na. So let's take, hindi na siya mapanood. So anyway, ikwento ko na lang sa inyo yung mga hindi nanonood. Okay, hindi nakapanood. So, yung nandito sa harap, etong tao na nandito sa harap is a performer. So, pag sinabi niyang performer, so ibig sabihin, this person takes the lead. Ayan, siya yung gumagawa ng task, and so on and so forth. Nagpaplano, gumagawa ng task. Ayan. And then, meron din tayo dito, yung nandito sa side. Ayan, yung naka-purple. Siya yung si effective doer. Ayan. So, pag sinabi niyang effective doer, ibig sabihin, ito yung hindi naman siya, wala siya sa supervisory or wala siya sa management position, pero siya yung nagtatrabaho. Basically, si doer ay siya yung nagtatrabaho and possible siyang maging performer. Ayan. And then, meron dayon dito si si ineffective doer. Pag sinabi na, actually meron siyang tawag, nakalimutan ko lang. But anyway, yung nandun sa yung nandito sa wheel. Ayan. Doer naman siya, pero ineffective. Ayan. Hindi masyadong natulong. Gumagalaw siya, pero hindi productive. Ayan. And then, meron tayo nung isa, yung nandito sa likod, kung nakikita ninyo, ayan, yung nandun sa box, yung gumagalaw lang nung wheel. Ayan. So, actually, ito na talaga yung nakalimutan ko talaga yung, yung tawag sa kanya. Ayan. So, basically, ito yung, ito yung member ng team na, feeling niya, may ginagawa siya, pero hindi siya nakakatulong. Ayan. So, this is a type of empleyado na ito yung laging tulog or ito yung mga laging naka-CR break. Ayan, gagawa pag binabantayan mo, pero kapag hindi siya gagawa. Okay. And then, we have your SP. Yung nasa likod. Ayan, yung suppressive person natin. So, ito yung worst member ng grupo natin. Ayan. Pag sinabi nating worst member is that ito yung mga tao na wala namang ambag doon sa tawag dito doon sa team natin. Ayan, pero siya pa yung pinakamarami ang reklamo. So basically, ito yung mga empleyado na minimal lang yung trabaho na gusto niya. Ito pa yung laging nagkakamali doon sa task niya, pero siya pa yung mareklamo ng sahod. So, eto yung mga tao, or tawag dito, eto yung mga tao sa isang team. Aminin man natin at sa hindi, kahit sa mga bahay ninyo, kahit sa mga kaibigan mo, kahit sa grupo ninyo, in any group, meron tayong ganito. Diba? So, what will we do? Ayan. So, we must tell, number one, is as a performer or as a leader, you must tell your groupmates to work. Maging doer. 'Di ba? Sabihin mo doon sa sa ineffective doer mo, bumaba ka diyan, medyo pabigat ka ng konti, ito yung gawin mo. 'Di ba? You must specify. So we must give feedback. Ayan. So kailangan magbigay tayo ng feedback doon sa tawag dito, doon sa mga empleyado natin. So, in managing a high performance of employee, so once you hired those people, once you monitor their performances, so you must cultivate them with clarity, trust, and continuous improvement. So, kung may mga nakikita tayong ineffective drawer, may nakikita tayong SP, di ba? So, what will we do? So, we must give a feedback, right? A positive or a constructive feedback. So, let them know kung ano ang meron doon sa na ginagawa nila. Ayan. So, kung just in case na wala pa din, ano ang nangyari? Ano ang ginawa ng performer natin? Anong ginawa? So, palayasin mo. Tawag dito, isasantihin natin. Ayan, yun yung pinakamasakit, pero yun yung pinakamagaan na pwede nating gawin to make our business work or to make our team work. Okay. So, in managing high performance, we must ensure every team member understand their duties and responsibilities. Okay, ikaw yung taga-take note, ikaw yung taga-ganito, ikaw yung taga-gawa, ako yung magre-report. So, you must have a clear or specific duties and responsibilities in each member. Hindi pwede na, anong gagawin ko? O, tayo ka lang dyan. Tapos, smile ka na lang. Tapos, magpalakpak ka na lang kapag kailangan. Hindi pwede yon. So, walang ganong trabaho. Okay? So, also, as a leader, you must delegate them effectively. So, trust your team. So, kahit sabihin natin, ma'am, paano kaya yung classmate namin na absent, medyo lagi po siyang absent. Ano kayang pwede natin gawin? Why not to challenge them? 'Di ba? Bakit hindi natin kailangang i-challenge? Sabihin mo, lagi kang absent, baka pwedeng ikaw naman yung gumawa ng ganito, tapos kunin ko later, after 30 minutes, tapos ibalik mo sa akin. 'Di ba? Yung mga ganong attitude. Then, communication. Sa lahat, 'di ba? In all the issues, okay, so we must have the communication or communicate with your groupmates. So, open, honest, and transparent communication. So, in that, you must we must do regular meetings, yung mga ganyan. And then, yun na yung time na ibigay mo sa kanila yung inyong monitoring form. Ito yung ito na yung nagpakita doon sa natin. Ito yung feedback ko sa'yo doon sa output mo. So, it is better for us to give feedback doon sa mga empleyado natin. Why? Why feedback is important? Ayan, sa isang team. So, in order for them to know what is something wrong with their actions at para magkaroon ng improvement. Ayan. So, in navigating So, lagi naman yan, small things, big things, pag hindi nagkaintindihan, hindi nag-usap, it is considered as conflict. Ayan. So, meron yan. Kahit nga sa bahay ninyo, kahit nga sabihin natin nagpa-load ka, hindi naintindihan, hindi na load ng kaagad, that is considered as conflict. But addressing it correctly can strengthen the team bonds and improve performance. So, conflict resolution. So, address conflict early and constructively. So, focus on the issue, hindi doon sa tao. So, focus ka doon sa performance niya, hindi doon sa tao na gumagawa. So, seek resolution that strengthen the team ability to move forward. And, kapag hindi pa rin umuubra yung communication, kagaya nung nabanggit nyo nga nung last discussion natin, ma'am, ilang beses ko nang sinabi sa kanya, ma'am, ilang beses namin sinabihan siya, pero matigas po talaga yung muka. So, maybe, ito na yung time na gumawa tayo ng decision, masakit man, finals na, ikababagsak man niya, ayan, so let them go. Let them create their own team. Let them create their own activity. Dapat matuto sila din ang gumawa nung activity na yon on their own effort and their own time. 'Di ba? So that is ways in addressing conflicts. So of course, in the business, okay, entrepreneurial networking is building people who will help you later on. Okay? By building a strong relationship with the people around you, by the businesses around you, by the teams around you. So that is networking. It is not just about knowing people, but also about building relationship, doing good. Ayan. And of course, para lang tayo nagtatanim, 'di ba? Kaya nga sabi nila, magtanim ka ng mabuti para anihin mo or later on, hindi man natin alam, in other way around, hindi natin alam kung anong mas maganda ang babalik sa atin. So, give before you get. So, offer value first. So, meaning in the business, make an introduction. Make yourself an introduction. Do good. Gumawa tayo ng mabuti. It is not, walang masamang tinapay, walang masamang natawag dito, hindi nakakapogi ang pagiging astig na tamad. Right? So, it is better to give than to receive. Gaya nga nila, offer help without immediate expectation. And when you do good, kapag gumagawa tayo ng mabuti, don't expect anything in return. Mas kapag the more na umaasa tayo, the more na nasasaktan tayo. Kaya the more na umaasa tayong tawag dito, mataas yung grade natin, nasasaktan tayo. Bakit? Kasi baka kulang yung effort mo pero umaasa ka. 'Di ba? So, why not to give your best shot? And yun naman yung strong foundation nung network natin. Para later on, hindi mo na kailangan mga labet ng classmate mo para ikaw yung maging member nila. Why? Because you build your network. 'Di ba? So, quality over quantity. So, when we say quality over quantity, it is not literally na hindi na natin kailangan ng maraming tao. Hindi ganon. Right? Pero, we must value the people around you. Hindi kailangang madami. Hindi tayo high school na kailangan madami yung circle of friends natin. Kailangan, tawag dito, hundreds or thousands of people yung empleyado natin in order for us to be called successful. Ayan. Sabi nga nila, it is okay as a person, as a human, 'di ba? It is okay to build your empire with 10 people who love or who help you rather than hiring 1,000, 1,000,000 of people who will crush your company. Gets natin? So, it is better to work in a small group pero kalahat yung grupo na yun, kayo lahat ay gumagawa, lahat kayo ay doer, lahat kayo ay possible na maging performer. So it is better rather than hiring people or being in a group na umaasa lang sa'yo. Ayan. Then, also, cultivate a diverse ecosystem by mentoring others, by helping others. Ayan. So, build relationship long before you need something from them. Hindi pwede na yung first time yung magkaupo nung classmate ninyo, tas hiningian mo na siya ng papel. So, hindi possible yon. Kaya nga lagi kong sinasabi sa inyo that ang pinakaayaw na ayaw ko doon sa klase ko ay yung nanghihingi ng papel. Because yung wala kang papel doon sa klase natin is one way of telling me that you are not prepared in going to school or wala kang tawag dito, hindi mo siya binadgetan. 'Di ba? Na pag pumunta ka dito sa school. Okay. So anyway, so practical networking tool for leaders. So first is to use the tool to ensure this one. So first is to elevate pitch. So meaning it is very much important for you to have a firm vision, mission, and purpose in creating something. Ayan, or in your life, you must have your a firm vision in life, your purpose in your life. Okay. So, another one is leveraging the linked. So, meaning, use platforms strategically to share your journey, engage with industry content, and connect meaningfully. So, in my part, as your instructor in our classes, so, doon sa ginawa ko sa inyo dati, 'di ba? You introduce yourself with other people doon sa klase natin. You introduce yourself about your personality, about doon sa pagkakakilala mo doon sa sayo, doon sa sarili mo. Now, you must leverage the link through, 'di ba? Makipagkwentuhan ka doon sa classmate mo through your yung binigay ko sa inyong journal, right? And then, critical follow-up. Kaya nga, it is very much important to do follow-up. Dun sa sinabi mo sa aking problem na, okay ka na ba? Right? Kumusta ka na? Okay. So, because the best entrepreneurial leaders are adaptive, leading with vision, serving with team needs, and building genuine relationship that fuel growth, not only growth as a monetary growth or business growth, but also personality growth. Not only for you as a leader, but also personality growth on your members. So, good teamwork and bad teamwork. So, actually, meron na to. I-send ko na lang yung video sa inyo. Okay? So, eto ay just a short presentation about being, ano ba ang ginagawa ng isang teamwork, good teamwork versus a bad teamwork. So, panoorin nyo yon. Maganda yon para ma-assess nyo din kung okay ba yung teams ninyo. Kapag in-assess ninyo later on yung leader ninyo, ay yun ba yun talaga? Right? So, according to Ronald Reagan, so a greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. So, hindi porket ikaw ang gumagawa ng business plan ninyo, ay ikaw na yung great leader or best leader or the top leader. So, you or he is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things. So, kagaya nga sabi nila, or according nga doon sa previous na natin, meaning natin ng leadership, it is all about influencing other people to do good. That is great leader. Ayan. So, hindi porket ikaw ang presidente or ikaw ang mayor, ikaw ang kung hindi ka naman pinapakinggan ng mga classmate mo, ibig sabihin there is something wrong with your strategies or there is something wrong with your members. Ayan. So, tingnan natin yon. So, dun sa mga naging leaders or dun sa mga magiging future leaders or you as a future managers, ayan, in the industry, itanong natin, ano kaya yung pwede kong maibigay? Ayan. doon sa mga empleyado ko. How will I, tawag dito, give to my members in order for them to be motivated in doing good. So I think that's the end of this topic of our discussion. Thank you very much guys for listening, and mabuhay everyone. Thank you.